So
what you got.
you went to uni and did law.
Yeah, I started on
What was the
criminology.
dream? Okay, nice.
Well, the dream kind of was just to sort of do what my nana kind of said would never fail me, and it actually didn't really. I just didn't want to be a lawyer.
Hmm.
But it actually went because a boyfriend's parent at the time was a policeman, and I just kind of thought, oh, well, I'll go and study criminology and be a copper. My first year into criminology, the first lesson, my stoned out lecturer told me, this won't allow you to be a copper. So I kind of finished the year, gave myself 10% of year one,
Hmm.
and only by doing that, it got me onto a law degree.
Hmm.
So as I say, every stepping stone is right for
Yeah.
your path. I couldn't have got on the law degree from college, even though I did really well. There were some classes that I
Hmm.
couldn't stand. So I excelled in what I excelled in. And after that, it was a free for all. But yeah, so I mean, the law thing was, my aunties in law doing very, very well. And you kind of I just took those tiny little seeds that
Hmm.
people gave me as the guidance and just kind of went with it, but I still didn't really know why.
Can I ask you about that? Actually, it's quite interesting because what's quite funny. So I did mechanical engineering. And I'm really glad I did it. And it is quite a tough course. But the only reason I did it was because I like cars. And that's that's the stupidest reason to do something. But it was almost
Yeah,
where I kind of like making stuff. I'm good at figuring things out. Yeah, I'll do
yeah,
that. And it was almost
yeah,
that I don't know about you, but I didn't feel like I had any genuine career or life guidance because my mum didn't go to uni.
yeah.
And what was quite funny is that even after I'd finished, I think I might have even finished my undergrad, she still thought that as an engineer, I'd like go out and fix tills and stuff. And I was like, no, it's more like designing jet engines. But it was just, my point is, I don't know about, I didn't ever feel any proper guidance about, you know what, this means that, this means that. You don't have to do this,
Mhm.
you can do that. And it's almost where, like, what was your experience?
Yeah, completely the same, to be honest. My nanny gave me snippets of, she told me I was a great singer when I was 7, but I could not be a singer now. But I was just taking snippets of whatever I possibly could from wherever. And it actually, to that degree, it got to the point where I've now learned to make a judgment on those snippets of
Hmm.
advice.
Yeah, yeah.
So everyone wants to talk at you as well. And this is what you learn as you grow up. And a lot of the time you'll follow it when you don't feel guided and you'll make loads of mistakes through it. So now I've got so good at listening to advice, but
Hmm.
also going, is that the right person experience that they've got that I want to be listening to?
Hmm.
Thanks for the advice, might take it on. But equally, you making my own decision. Does it fit my life right now? Or is it for 10 years or is it for never? So there's an element of take everything you can because you feel unguided, but equally learn which is relevant before you make loads of mistakes from everyone's advice. You can listen too much as well.
I think one of the things that really gets me is that so we're now like forging our own business paths and stuff. It's how many people push advice, even though it's bad advice, and then not someone should listen to. But ironically, especially when you're younger, you feel that grown-ups or anyone older has authority over you that you should listen. And the older you get, it's like, no, make your own judgment on it. So yes, if it helps, or it's a parent or someone who blatantly has the best interest. But then likewise, you kind of need your own vision and values to know what it is that really gets you excited and not live someone else's
Yeah.
dream.
But you can't pick that up until you get through the let's say the first 5 to 8 years of education, your private life, trying to forge some sort of career, making loads of mistakes. And it's only really until that point that you can understand those decisions
Hmm.
that you make, listen to those people. But I think it equally the value, the advice that you get given, sometimes there's a lot of limiting beliefs around it. So I got told no a lot. Don't set up the cleaning business. Just stick to the law career that you're on. The income that you're making and all the rest of it, because it's took you so long to
Hmm.
get any kind of income. But actually, that's the other person's self-limiting
Yeah.
belief. And, for a few short years, I was absolutely on the bones of my ass skin, but I made a decision to stay skin for that future gain. And you've always got to look at what are the self-limiting beliefs of the person given that advice, and will that limit you in the path that you want to go on? The chances are, if you're taking advice like that, but you feel really courageous,
Hmm.
you're probably going to be able to over exceed that 20,
Yeah.
30 fold from what that initial goal was. Some of the goals I had 7 years ago, I smashed them within a year. I wrote them down. I was like, oh man, that was over exceed. I think I wrote 50 grand on a check once. I smashed that within a month. We signed a contract for 49,950. We'll probably get that later in the chat. But I smashed that in a month. And I was like, that was such a crazy goal a month ago. So I was like, right, I need to get crazy with this. Let's put some real good meaty stuff down. And we've been smashing it ever since, to the point where I scare myself now. Like, what am I going to write down? Because I'm going to achieve it. And I have. It's crazy.